Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to finish coat a butt joint. So in my other videos in this do-it-yourself series, I was using a pan, but just for this one video, I'm going to use a hawk, just to show that you could use this too to hold your mud. I think for a do-it-yourselfer, this might be a little trickier because you have to balance it to keep the mud in place, and you need to really get your mud consistency right to make sure it stays on there. So pretty much the thinnest that you want to go with the mud is that it'll actually stay on there. A good test is to flip it upside down and it should stay on there. If it falls off immediately, then it could be a little too thin to use it on a hawk. Okay, so I'm using my 10-inch broad knife, and like I spoke about in my previous videos, you need to look down the length of the knife and identify the concave and the concave side. So this is the concave side. I'm going to use the concave side against the wall. That way the edges lift off, and that lets me float mud on without the edges digging in to the mud as I go along. Okay, so before you start coating, you're either going to want to scrape it or sand it. Ideally you want to sand it. I don't want to make a lot of dust for this video, so I'm just going to scrape it. Just getting the high stuff off. Okay, so grab some mud like that. Start at the top and just pull down, keeping your knife parallel like that and not like this, like this. Put your finger there and add a little pressure, and that helps lay the mud off. And then for the last bit, you can kind of do an upstroke. So I'll just like to kind of work my way in one direction for the finish coat. Now once I've used up all my mud, I'll actually start taking the mud off on this side and then just continuing to work this way. So I will put my finger in line with that edge, so that way the pressure goes on that edge. So now that I'm wiping the mud off, I'm tilting the knife at this angle, and this angle takes mud off easier. And that's what I want at the finish coat, is a very tight coat. Okay, so this area is now finish coated. I got some mud again, so now I'll continue laying down. You always want to overlap on each coat. Okay, so now all the mud's in place, it's partially finish coated, so now it's just partially wiped. Now I'll just continue wiping. And then I'll just make sure there's no edge at the bottom, make sure there's no edge up. And that's a finish coated butt joint. So the previous width of the butt joint was about here to there. So I've given it a really good overlap, and that helps spread it off into the wall. And then when I sand this, it'll just be like sanding a joint, where I'm just gonna concentrate down the middle a little more with the sandpaper to level it off and make it flat. And I'm gonna sand less on the edges because I want to retain the mud there to help keep it flat on the wall. Okay, so that's it for coating a butt joint.